Good morning. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network, sponsored by Abels and Hyman. We are really excited for today's show. Today's show is a little bit different. It's Monday morning when we are doing this show. ZK and I met at the Kosher Food Bloggers Conference. Remember a couple of weeks ago we had Melinda Strauss on the show, the organizer of the conference. And I asked Miriam and Nachum, I said, wouldn't it be amazing to do a show from the Bloggers Conference, because people have literally flown in from all over the country, and now I can say all over the globe, because we have somebody here from England who flew in just for this conference. The sense of kosher community is growing so much through food and all that, so it's really great. I have Yosef Silva here joining me all the way from Kansas City, so we're really excited. We're going to be interviewing Yosef, who is actually one of the sponsors of kosherwine.com, is one of the sponsors of the Food Bloggers Conference. We're going to be catching up for a little bit with Chef Eitan Banath. We've also got Miriam Pascal, who's going to have a giveaway, so make sure you stay tuned. Noreen Galetz from Toronto. What an honour to have her here on the show. Yeah, I'm like really excited. And Helen Goldwine from London, England. Sorry, from Cambridge, England. I know she's not from London. She's from Cambridge. Is going to be joining us as well. So, just down to business. I just want to announce the winner. We had Elizabeth Kurtz's book celebrate as a raffle giveaway for the last couple of weeks. And the winner, I'm going to announce. We have no drum roll here today. Do we, ZK? Oh, I think he can give us a drum. This guy is a genius. ZK is a genius. Okay, is he going to do it? Can we get it in?
I don't think I have it.
No, it's not in this. We're going to
announce the winner.
Thanks. Lost my train of thought there. It's very busy right here at the Bloggers Conference. People are starting to pile in. It's a lot of fun. ZK, was that a thumbs up for the... No? All right. The winner is Deborah Marchak. I wrote everybody's name down on a ticket. Oh, we got... Did you hear that, Deborah? I hope you're listening. We got the most entries for any raffle prize for a cookbook for Elizabeth's book. So it's really amazing. So Deborah, we will get that book out to you. Thank you for listening to Table for Two. So welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be back in New York City.
I know, right? Such a fun city. The traffic in the city was insane.
Right.
Right. Usually going to Lower East Side is a little bit complicated, but you have to drive through Midtown to get to... We're at 19th and Broadway or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when did you get in from Kansas?
I got in yesterday.
Yeah, where'd you go to eat last night?
I went to Izzy's Barbecue.
Izzy's Barbecue!
It is outstanding.
I actually knew the answer because I saw it on... I saw your post.
Right.
Yeah, you went with Mendel.
Instagram official. No, Mendel's not until Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Mendel and I don't seem to be able to be in New York at the same time.
Okay, Mendel Siegel, from
Kansas City
also, but he has that amazing spice rub.
Yeah, the barbecue rabbi.
Barbecue rabbi.
I was talking to Mendel on Saturday night. We're talking about the conference and where I had to eat on Sunday night, and without a doubt, it was going to be Izzy's. I actually stayed in Midtown, took an Uber over there. Well worth it.
I know,
absolutely
right?
Outstanding.
Yeah, he's a good restaurant. It's a great place.
When someone knows food right and they do it right and they become an expert in the field, it shows.
Right.
And he's doing it right.
And he's so passionate.
Yep.
You know, he wasn't always a trained chef. He only got into the last few years, so we got to have Izzy on the show.
He actually came out to Kansas City for our barbecue festival a couple of years back. That's when I met him the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So how's it going? Let's catch up about kosher wine.
Everything is awesome. Kosher wine is great. We're doing good. We have some new wines to market that we've been making ourselves.
So you work for you are the marketing director.
Yep.
For kosherwine.com. Excellent. Miriam Pascal has just walked into the Bloggers Conference. Welcome. So continue.
So we've been really busy because we actually also made an acquisition of Judaica.com as well.
Oh, wow. So you're Kosher Wine and Judaica.com.
Yep.
The two go very nicely together.
Exactly. So if you need a new menorah or something, we have plenty of those.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're busy and we're growing, and it's a very exciting time. We have our new private label, The Chosen Barrel. We talked about that last time I was on the show.
Yes.
It was coming. It's here.
It's here. Oh, I wish we had a bottle to drink, but we'll save that for our next visit.
Absolutely. And we have some lower end private labels coming to market. Baron Bastis is a French wine that we've done. It's about $11 a bottle.
That's a nice price for a good bottle of wine.
Price for a bottle of wine, and it's a nice French cab, and we have a Sauvignon Blanc as well.
Okay.
And that complements our Casa de Cielo, which is also, I think that's $8 or $9 a bottle.
Okay.
The Casa de Cielo has been very popular because it's so pretty on the table.
Right.
It's a beautifully designed label. Great for events, great for big, either organizations or weddings. I think it looks good.
It's a pretty bottle.
And it tastes good. It doesn't just look good, it tastes good too.
You eat with your eyes, so the food or the bottle of wine's got to look pretty too.
Well, Melinda actually did a blog post for us. She made I think it was a ricotta lemon pound cake.
Yes, which I got to eat. I get to eat all the Melinda samples.
And she did the Casa de Cielo, I think it was a glaze on that. And I mean, her photography is always beautiful.
Yeah,
but it's,
and we're going to learn more about food photography right here at the Bloggers Conference.
Absolutely.
You're losing your headset.
I am.
Okay, that's all right. Just you can put it up and over your yarmulke. Okay, so what else is going on in terms of your blog? You've got this amazing blog. I don't know if you have, some of our new listeners might not know, Yosef has been on our show many times. Before he was even starting at kosherwines.com, he had an amazing blog called This American Bite.
Yep.
And I love it.
Thank you very much.
It's funny that he calls himself, like I branded myself as the Aussie Gourmet, being Australian. He's British actually, and he named his blog.
Yeah, I embrace the America in me.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. I shifted gear in January when I joined when I went full time with Kosher Wine.
I can't believe it's almost a year.
It's almost a year, but it's been great. But it's been full force, and I love what I do. Every day I wake up wanting to get work done. It's a great company. Our CEO he's awesome. He's a very good friend of mine at this point. So the blogging, I love writing about food. I love learning more about food. I've kind of shifted a little more into Instagramming and then writing the posts that are really good. I was writing weekly, and it was very much part of my life.
Right.
Now I still write. I still partner with people, recipe development and things like that. But it's... my focus has shifted somewhat. I've been practicing a lot with sous vide, though.
Sous vide.
I've been practicing a lot about sous vide. So I've got some recipes, and actually a giveaway coming up.
You have a giveaway on your blog?
I'm going to be giving away a sous vide as soon as I get the post written. I've done salmon and chicken and.
Can you explain to our listeners what sous vide is? Because
sure.
I know what it is, but you hear it out so much more, and people are posting sous vide cuts of meat, and I don't think everybody has a really good handle on it.
Absolutely. So sous vide is. Until about 2-3 years ago, it was really like a high-end restaurant way of cooking. If you had a sous vide machine, it was like this big bath of water, and there's an immersion heater and circulator in there. So you put your food in either a vacuum sealed bag or in a Ziploc bag.
So you would it's basically a big tub of water.
Correct.
Big tub of water.
Correct.
That has like an element that keeps the food just at the right temperature.
So there's now these like it looks like an immersion blender, but it's a sous vide machine, and you can clip it onto any pot. You don't need a special basin.
Wow.
So I'm using one called a Nomiku. Then I think they're coming out with like a Wi-Fi app version as well.
Oh my God, we need to get them on the show.
Right,
that sounds so cool.
Absolutely. So I'm using the Nomiku, and you know what? I connected with them a while ago about sous vide. I had questions, and I've been petrified of like this new technique. Like I didn't want to ruin a really good cut of meat, because you cook it for like 30 hours. Like I did a tongue for Shabbat. Yeah. And it was I think by the time it was done, it was 40 hours.
40 hours. So you actually cooked the piece of meat wrapped in Ziploc bag.
So I put the tongue in a Ziploc.
A regular Ziploc
food grade, like the freezer grade.
Okay.
And then if you have a food like to make the airtight, like you get at the restaurant, you can buy those for like $50 on Amazon. So you could do that. To
vacuum seal. The word we're looking for. Yay!
So you either vacuum seal or you Ziploc your food. So with the tongue, I did like fresh parsley, cumin, paprika. You just put it all in. And if tongue's too scary, do it with the chicken breast to try the first time. First thing I did was a chicken breast. So if it went wrong, how expensive is one chicken breast?
Does it taste like boiled because it's been in water?
So basically the water, it goes all around it. It's going around like this in the Ziploc.
It's spinning around the Ziploc bag.
Yeah, so it's technically... The temperature is, it's low, like you're doing chicken, like it's lower temperatures than roasting, but it's a longer time. It's almost like you're pasteurizing the water, and the water heats up and almost like gently hugs the meat with like warm water in the Ziploc.
So interesting. I'm hearing about this more and more.
Right, and it just brings out flavor because it's sealed. It's sealed, so all the flavor. And chicken breast, you know how easy it is to dry out a chicken breast.
Yeah.
You just throw it in the oven, you forget about it, the phone rings, your chicken breast is done, your schnitzels are dry. With sous vide, you can't really overcook it. You can go a little bit.
You can't stuff it up.
Right. So I was petrified to like take the leap in sous vide. I've done salmon now, chicken, the tongue. It's fun, and it's easy. Like, it sounds scary in French and...
Yeah, I'm scared.
Right, don't be. Get a nomiku. I'm not sure how much they cost, but they're
Can you,
flawless.
if people from our listeners want to get more information, go to This American Bite and you'll post a link.
Or, like, contact me through Instagram or Twitter.
Okay.
Yosef Silver on Instagram, ysilver on Twitter. Ask me the questions. I'm happy to chit-chat about sous vide, food, wine.
Right.
But, you know, London broil is I have my beef with the term London broil because it's actually a cooking method. It's not a cut. But so many butchers use it as a cut.
Right.
Chani Affelbaum and I from Busy in Brooklyn, we've talked about this a dozen times on Twitter, how it's not a cut of meat, it's a preparation. Anyway, it's a cheap cut of meat. It generally comes from the shoulder, I think. And it's not. It dries out. It gets stringy. Like you can. I have a grilled one.
Cannot be overcooked.
Right. So I have a grilled London broil on my blog. And it seasoned grill, easy. I did a sous vide London broil. It was like steak.
I know. I saw how
the
rare it was
right.
in the middle. It's amazing.
And then you do a quick sear on the outside to get some crust. To get
Oh, so you do need to you take it out of the sous vide, which has been in there for how long?
The London broil, maybe it was 2-3 hours.
Oh,
like,
2-3 hours.
Not everything's
like a ton
forever.
for 40 hours.
Right. So the salmon I did,
you
90
need to
minutes.
plan. Oh,
right.
how
The
many?
salmon was 90 minutes.
Okay.
I did a little bit of olive oil in the Ziploc with just fresh herbs. It tastes like butter. It was melt in your mouth salmon.
Yum.
I didn't bother searing it. It was great as it was.
Right. I've had fish fluke in a sous vide.
And you can do veggies. You can do, if you want to practice, do it on an egg first.
I know somebody that did a cholent.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
An egg. You can put a raw egg.
In the cholent?
No. You can put a raw egg in the sous vide machine.
In the sous vide. That could work, totally. Yeah, absolutely. You do. I've never done the egg. On the website of Nomiku, who sell them, they have a deep fried egg yolk. So you sous vide the egg yolk and then you bread it with like panko crumbs and seasoning, and then you deep fry it real quick.
I've done a deep fried egg yolk. Yes, we actually did it table for two.
That's awesome.
Do you remember that, ZK? We had Chef Aviva Friedman, Mazel Tov. She just had a baby, and she showed us on air how to deep fry. A yolk.
That's awesome.
An egg yolk. I think we did that together. So I think that was really fun.
Great.
Okay, great. Any last words? So how do we find you? Kosherwines.com?
So we're kosherwine.com. We're Kosher Wine site on Twitter and Instagram. Or you can reach out to me on Twitter, ysilver. And if it's about wine, I'll direct you in the wine direction. If it's about sous vide, we'll talk about that.
You're just an all-round foodie, and I love it. And I love having you on my show.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's
I
like
love
the
coming.
Third or fourth time.
I think I did a phone in a couple of times.
At least one or two, and then last year you came in.
I was in. That was Kosher Food and Wine Experience.
Yeah,
season.
I hope we're going to see you soon.
I would like to. I hope so.
You better get yourself in for that. We'll do a show.
Awesome, love it.
Okay, great. All right,
Pleasure
thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, he's got to run around to all these meetings. We've got a really packed schedule. Thank you for joining us.
Awesome.
And I'm going to invite Chef Eitan Bernath. You're going to switch seats. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Segal Network. On Broadway on 20th Street in Manhattan, we're at the Kosher Food Bloggers Conference. I'm sitting here with, put the mic up to your mouth. Maybe can we say hello?
Hello.
Okay, we got a great sound there. Thank you, ZK. And I'm sitting here with celebrity chef. And you know what? There's not too many people that we can really say celebrity. You are the celebrity chef. I just had to spend a couple of minutes. If I'm doing a show and from the Bloggers Conference and Eitan is going to be here, we just have to have a quick check-in with Eitan. How's everything going? How's 8th grade?
It's good. I'm very excited because this year I can go to the Bloggers Conference like today. Kosher Feast, Kosher Fest, and I'm very excited.
And we're going to spend all day together. You, me, your mum, all these amazing friends of ours. Isn't it great?
Yeah, I'm very, very excited.
Did you get your braces off?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, see, I noticed. He's really growing up. He's really growing. That's very exciting. Okay, so let's a little recap about the summer. You remember we checked in with Eitan right before the summer, and you were had a very busy schedule. So, how was that?
This summer was so much fun. I got spending a lot of time with my mom, and so we went to the city every day for 3 weeks. Like I said last time I was on the show, and so the first camp I went to was ICC.
Okay, where is that?
It used to be called the French Culinary Center. Now it's called the International Culinary Center.
Okay.
And I felt like I was going there for college. Like, it was the real deal. Like, for example, one day we were poaching eggs, and the chef, one day was like an egg day, and we were poaching eggs, and I'd never done that before because my family is not the runny egg type people.
I love runny eggs.
Yeah, we always see you post. So we were poaching eggs, and we learned how, and it took me like 9 eggs to try to make it perfectly circle, not murky water. It was so cool. Like, another day we got a whole sea bass.
Oh,
Like they just like hand us sea bass and said, all right, cut this down in fillets.
Okay.
And that was really cool because like I've never done that before.
Right.
I usually just go to the fish store,
Yeah, me too.
buy salmon. Yeah, so I learned a ton.
Okay, and then after that, you're at CKCA?
Yeah,
We
so I-
missed each other. I was there in July and you were there in August.
Yeah, there the teacher, I still talk to her, Tia, I forget her last name. And so we made some, and my favorite thing is actually eating the food because at ICC I couldn't eat anything.
I know. Such a good boy.
So I was really excited. Like for example, we made chicken dishes. I was like, because like always at the other camps, like when we're making, one time I went to a camp, we made General Chow's chicken, and I was like dying
To eat it.
It was still so good. So like I made it that night for dinner. But it was just amazing to be able to like eat all the food, taste it.
I could not go to a non-kosher cooking school. It would not happen for me because I need to eat everything. So I'm very grateful that we have CKCA.
Yeah, and luckily, luckily they gave a really nice. Both camps gave really nice packets of recipes at the end.
Yeah.
So
We have to trade a little.
yeah, and so like I still like, for example, one recipe I really love from CKCA we made was shakshuka. So now I make that a lot.
Wait, is it chunky or smooth? That's my question to everybody. I like smooth.
Oh, I like it chunky.
You like it chunky. Okay, listeners, email me naomi@nachumsiegel.com and let me know how you like your shakshuka. Chunky or smooth, and I'll give it a shout out. I know it's really important to me about
And I also
shakshuka.
make, one thing I also make a lot is the baklava that we made.
Baklava.
And I actually used it, it gave me an inspiration. I made a recipe in the Jewish Standard, like the
Is that a newspaper in New Jersey,
yeah.
right?
And so basically because basically how it happened is the pistachio crumble inside. My mom loved it on her pumpkin spice yogurt. So I'm like, why don't we put it on pumpkin pie? So I started doing pumpkin pie recipe. That didn't really work out. So then I thought of pumpkin pie parfaits
Oh, nice.
with the coconut rosewater crumble. It was so
Oh my God, you're
very yummy.
amazing. So what is next? What are you up to now besides 8th grade and applying to high school?
Yeah, actually yesterday was the open house.
Okay, so you're busy traveling around checking out the schools.
Yeah. So I'm hoping soon to as I told you before, my goal is obviously to make a cookbook. So I'm slowly doing that. You know, with 8th grade, it's like some weeks I have like no homework and I could work on making recipes, and then some weeks it's like I have like no time.
Right, I hear it.
I get
trust me.
home, do homework, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm definitely working on that. And soon, one thing I haven't been able to do because I've been very busy with school was actually put like recipes on my blog. Like I have published in magazines and
Right.
other. So that's what I'm hoping to start soon.
Right, check Eitan out, Chef Eitan Banath at
Cook with Chef Eitan.
Oh yeah, you do it.
You could go to my blog, cookwithchef8tombernath.com, or no, cookwithchef8tom.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Chef Eitan Bernath, Twitter, Facebook. I'm everywhere.
He's everywhere. Awesome. And your Chopped episode is up on
Yeah.
YouTube now. So if you haven't seen Eitan's Chopped episode, now would be, tonight after you listen to the show. Well, actually tonight. Technically, they're going to hear this on Friday. So
Yeah.
whenever you get the chance next, make sure you check Eitan out. It was great. You've really grown up since then.
Yeah, I got
Okay.
much taller.
Yeah. Wow, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining
Thank
us
you.
today at the Bloggers Conference. I look forward to the next, I call it the trifecta. Kosher Bloggers, Kosher Feast, and then Kosher Fest.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to see each other on Wednesday at Kosher Fest. I'm emceeing the
Yeah, I'm very, very
Kosher
excited for
cooking
that.
competition at Kosher Fest. So that will also be videoed. So even though it's happened in the past tense, and for us right now it's in the future, you will be able to find that on the internet also.
All right.
Okay, great.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. We'll see you in a little bit. Save me a seat out there. Okay, we are right here in Manhattan at the Kosher Food Bloggers Conference. This is Table for Two with Naomi Nachman on the Nachum Siegel Network. Also heard on Arutz Sheva English Radio. I have an action-packed show. I'm so excited because in the house is Miriam Pascal. She is just getting her headset ready. She's getting that on. If you live on planet Earth, there is no way you've not heard of the Overtime Cook. She's had pushing well over 500,000 hits on her website, maybe even more at this point. Way more. That was like way back when, in May or something. So we're probably pushing 1 million. She went on to produce an unbelievable desserts cookbook, which is her specialty. But I have to say, I love everything you do, and I don't have such a sweet tooth, so I was very excited that I could finally learn some good desserts that were quick and easy, and that was from your cookbook. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah. You know, how could I do, as I said before, from the Bloggers Conference and not have Miriam Pascal on? We've been trying to talk for ages to have you down to the studio, and I said this is going to work for us now.
This works.
So this is Miriam's book. If you are not familiar and you're just tuning in now, we also have a YouTube channel. So you're listening to us on NachumSiegel.com, but we have a YouTube channel. It's Nachum Siegel Net on YouTube, and you can watch this episode, and that way I can hold things up like Miriam's gorgeous book. We spoke about doing a giveaway a couple months ago.
We did.
So this is the book we're going to be just talk about. So you have this amazing blog. You get so many views. Why a book?
That's a very good question.
Did I stump you? I'm sorry.
No. There's something special about a book. It's a tangible thing that you hold. And I think it also increases your status. Anyone can be a blogger, but there's a certain status to being a cookbook author, and it's an amazing thing that I got there. I'm proud of myself.
Right, no, it's great. I definitely do not have that. I've been doing my website for 11 years before they were called blogs, and I've write articles and that, but I can never say cookbook author. You are now cookbook author Miriam Pascal. That is so amazing. It's such a fabulous book. People were so excited when you announced that. That was
yeah, it was incredible.
A big day for everybody. Every picture was taken by Miriam.
By me.
Where did you learn your food photography from?
I actually learned as a food blogger. I started out taking pictures just on my iPhone, and I'm the kind of person that when I do things, I like to do it all the way. So I was like, hey, I'm taking pictures. I'm going to learn how to do them right. And by now, I actually do freelance food photography. In addition to everything else I do, I work with clients. I've done food photography for packaging, for magazine articles, for advertisements. So that's just another one of the things that I do.
But it's all about food, right? It's not. Yes, it's not people.
I do not do people photography. Sometimes for family and friends, but my focus is food photography.
And definitely, I don't do the big food photography thing. All the pictures that you see are from either Melinda Strauss does a lot of pictures for me, or from my iPhone.
That's great.
Yeah, you definitely see the difference between, the iPhone. As much as you can do with the editing and this and that, I think that the photography.
For sure, there's a certain level of quality that you will not get from an iPhone. But I always tell people who are starting out and they only have either an iPhone or a cheap point-and-shoot camera, and they think they can't take nice pictures. The camera is one tiny part of it. And it's funny because I'm actually in the middle of working on a post for my blog.
Okay, tell us about it.
Soon on ways that you can improve your iPhone photography. That you should not think that because you don't have a DSLR camera and a $2,500 lens that you can't take beautiful pictures, because you could. And when you look at the real pros and they post iPhone pictures and you're like, it doesn't matter how much equipment I have, I can never take a picture as good as that. You realize that the camera is just a small part of it, and you can take nice pictures even with your iPhone, even with a cheap camera.
I just did did not have a show last week. I was away with my husband. We did a bit of a road trip. He had a conference, and after the conference, we did a road trip.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. That looked amazing.
Can I tell you something? We went to Bryce, Zion, Lake Powell, and the Grand Canyon, and Sedona. 5 parks, 4 days. It was amazing. But I took amazing photos with my iPhone.
100%.
There was at one point a rainbow with a cloud and raining, and I got the moving car through the window of the car. An incredible shot. I have to show it to you later.
I'll tell you something else. I was at my sister's house, and she asked me to take some pictures of her kids with her camera. I didn't have my camera with me, and I started taking them, and I'm like, these are really not good. And I took out my iPhone, and I took much better pictures. iPhones have decent cameras, and if you have the right lighting and the right setup, the right props and everything like that, you can definitely have nice pictures.
I think Apple should upgrade our phones for free right now.
I agree.
I want the iPhone 6 so badly, but my contract's not up till April. I'm like, how am I going to wait till April? And the other one's not till December, and 2 of us need new phones. Okay, so I'm really in love with this book. Can I just tell you that toffee caramel pie?
Hot gooey caramel pie.
Oh my God. So I don't make anything times 1. If I'm going to make it, I make it times 2 or times 3, just because I like to be the time efficient. I'm really busy either with my business or I'm a family. I'm a mum. So it froze well. I reheated 100%. It. It was gooey and delicious. Everything
and it's
at once.
so easy. Isn't it amazing?
And I want to just give a big shout out. So even though it was Rosh Hashanah time, those pomegranate cupcakes.
Oh, yeah,
Eitan
those
also
are-
made them.
Yes, he posted on Instagram.
I love them. So let's talk, we're going to rewind a little bit. So if you do want to be in the running for our giveaway, you have to email me at naomi@nachumsiegel.com and write giveaway for Miriam Pascal's Something Sweet, and we'll announce the winner probably next week or so.
And if you don't win, the good news is you can buy it on Amazon or in basically any Jewish bookstore. So.
Oh, I like that. You chimed right in. You did not miss a beat there. Good for you. You can see she works for Art Scroll, so this is perfect. And they've put out a lot of amazing books lately.
Yeah, Art Scroll is really doing great
Noreen
cookbooks.
Galetz is in the house. She's going to be on the show up next, so we're going to talk to her. And she did her book with Danielle Silva. We have to get both of them on the show, but they're both in Canada. Let's talk a little about Miriam's history. What got you to do a blog?
I was bored and I needed a creative outlet.
Oh, I love that.
I was working in just like a boring corporate job, and I'm a creative person, and I was like, hey, I need something to fulfill myself creatively. So just for fun, I started baking and taking pictures, and I always loved writing in high school. That like English was always my
very
best
good
subject.
writer. Not everybody's a good writer, including myself.
So that was always something I was into. So I was like, hey, put it all together, start a blog, and I figured I'll give up on it in 2 weeks and move on to the next hobby. But it really stuck, mostly because I started to build up my readers, and as more people came, it really gave me the push to keep going.
How did people find you? Do you think it was through social media that...
Social media definitely helps. There's a lot of word of mouth, and it slowly builds up. I didn't start out having 300,000 people a month visiting my site. I started out having 100, but
100,000. When I say I have 100, I mean 100, 100. She has 100.
But as people, I think that word of mouth is the strongest form of advertising for your blog, because when someone makes something from my blog and they serve it at their Shabbos table and their guests go crazy over it and they say, oh, you have got to check out overtimecook.com. She has great recipes. They're doable. They're approachable. They're so good. They're always a hit. That's all those people become instant fans, and they're telling their friends. And it might seem slow as compared with social media, where you could have thousands of people seeing it very quickly, but those are the true fans, the ones who really stick with you. They really build a relationship with you, and they come back.
No, it's true. I find your recipes, and I love that word, and you've seen me use it a lot, accessible. Your recipes are always accessible.
That's what I always strive for.
It is not something that you have to run or order from Amazon on some weirdo product.
No, never.
It is something that you can really, keep an eye on and just... Oh, I know that. I have that in my pantry. I don't even have to go to the store. So, even though stores like Gourmet Glad are always well stocked with all, and they try to keep up with all the bloggers and the cookbooks.
Right.
That, like Howie Klagsbrand will always say to me, when Susie Fishbone first started and she'll put something like mirin in her recipes, nobody knew what mirin was 10 years ago.
That's true.
So he would call her.
So many new products available now.
Find out what the latest hot kosher item was and stock the shelves. That's what I really appreciate about Gourmet Glad. And I'm sure everyone's local supermarkets are very, very supportive of all the great ingredients. And if you can't get it, if you live out of town, Amazon's amazing.
They are. Readers have emailed me and said, how can I get this? I don't live in New York. And I go on Amazon and I find it for them.
I know, it's crazy. When I did this road trip, I cannot begin to tell you how many green enchilada sauce owe you in the middle of Utah. Okay, I can't get that in Gourmet Glad. We will now, because Howie, I'm coming after that. But all kind green, fire roasted green chilies in the can. I want to put that in my chilies, or a chili mix. Found them in Arizona, no problem. But
did you bring some home?
Yes, of course I did. My husband's like, why are the suitcases
so heavy?
Yeah, so heavy. So
that's why.
Yeah, I found. You know what I found, and I'm not sure what to do with it. We'll have to talk about that after the show. Raw coconut butter.
Oh, interesting.
I know, right? I bought it. It had an OU. I'm like,
how is that different from coconut oil?
I'm not sure. We're going to have to play around with that. But I thought that would be very cool. So I bought that back for my daughter, who likes all those coconut products. Miriam, it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you so much.
I really enjoy the blog. Give it a shout out.
My blog is overtimecook.com. I have over 300 recipes on there. So definitely check it out and find your new favorites.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Naomi.
Okay, we're looking out for those new posts.
Of course.
We have a giveaway. for Miriam's book. So I'm going to give this back to you, and you'll ship out to the winner. I'll let Miriam know who that is. Hi, ZK. How we doing? Excellent. I'm getting a thumbs up. We're about halfway through. Okay. I have in the I don't want to call it the studio, but we have right here in our bloggers conference, Noreen Galetz live in person. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, Noreen, hi. She's going to make her way onto our set. I'm actually going to get up and I'm going to give Noreen a big hug. Big hugs. Thank you so much. How can I not have a show with you here? You got to be here. We got to do a show together.
I'm so happy. Well, I was on your show.
Wait. We got to put the headset on because we're actually filming live. We're going to. Do you want to hold the mic? You want to hold the mic? You want to put this on? Okay, she's going to put on her headset, and then we're going to continue our conversation. We are right here at the Bloggers Conference. Our show is sponsored by Abels and Hyman. We taste better. My favorite hot dogs. I cannot wait to see them all at Kosher Fest this upcoming week. Okay, and I'm going to have a full report all about Kosher Fest on our next show. Okay, hi, how are you?
Good morning. It's so good to be here. Hi, everybody.
Thank you. You know, you came in for Kosher Fest. You came in for Bloggers Conference, and, you know, it's been a while since you've been in town, right?
About 2 years.
Yeah, it's a long time for us New Yorkers not to have Noreen.
Oh, thank you.
So,
no, for me to come to New York, I said it's my favorite city in the whole world.
Yay!
Yay!
So yeah, I see that you've been very busy. I'm absolutely in love with the new cookbook with Daniela Silva that you did.
Right,
it is
silver platter. Yeah.
It is unreal. I'm dying to get Daniela on the show, but you know
she will be here today. Actually, she should be coming in. She was flying in this morning.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to meet with her in person.
Yes,
but I would love to have her on the set. I wasn't sure if she's going to be in on time for when we're going to get together to produce the show. But I said I'm going to have Noreen on. You are like a legend in the kosher world, and let's talk about the beginnings. Did Noreen cook when she was little, Noreen?
Yes, Noreen cooked when she was little. Noreen
did Mommy cook?
My mother cooked everything. My mother had ingredients. She didn't have prepared foods. So I grew up in a kitchen where it was always better if it was homemade. We never went to restaurants when I was little. Almost never, except for maybe hot dogs and French fries.
And growing up was in
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg with my cousins, right?
Yes, remind me who your cousins are.
Nelson Rudeleur.
Oh, it was you with Nelson. They lived across from us.
Yeah, and you just took a pipicture with one of his nieces.
Right.
That was just sent to me.
Well, because I was just in Winnipeg to do the challah bake there. We had 400 people doing the hands-on challah.
How fun were those challah bakes?
It was just incredible. It just binds a community together. Literally. You twist and you turn, and everybody was thrilled. We had young people there. We had older people. We had everybody. It was just the whole community bonded together, and it was good to be home. That's where I grew up.
It's always nice. So back in Winnipeg, you were cooking as a young girl. Your mother cooked. You cooked everything, and then what brought you to write your first book? What was the name of the first book?
First book I did was Second Helpings, which is which is just now gone out of print after 48 years.
So you wrote Kosher Cookbook 48 years ago.
Yeah, that's amazing. A long time ago.
My mother has it in Australia.
You can't get it now. Now it's collectible. There may be a few copies around. I'm hoping they're going to put it back in print because it's literally a legend.
Yes,
it's a treasure, and they just decided that they didn't want to be involved with having to produce it. I mean, most of the women who were involved in it are now close to 80, so they want to lie in the sun in Florida. They don't want to be distributing cookbooks.
Yeah.
So it's just a different time, but there are people who will say, sweet and sour meatballs made with ginger ale and ketchup, there's nothing better. And there were 4 recipes per page, and there were no head notes, and there were no does it freeze, and there were no explanations, and there was so many things that weren't. But what was there was simplicity and good taste. And when
so it all boils down to.
Yeah. And so it literally boils down to.
Right? I was thinking that.
And then I went on and I did the food processor cookbook, which was called Pleasures of Your Food Processor.
I have them all, by the way.
Right, and it's gone actually through 3 revisions, and the latest version is the new Food Processor Bible, which has been, I think it's probably the top selling food processor book on the
It comes in a
on
binder.
Amazon.
It's a really
The
great
original
binder.
one did, and actually it's sold in South Africa, which was quite interesting. We have a huge South African following, a lot of Israelis. Different people brought it in and distributed it, and for some reason but the timing was right.
Right.
And so I took everything that was a Jewish meichel and I made it in the processor, so I could make kreplach dough in like 20 seconds and the filling in 15 seconds, and just everything was so easy to do, and matzah balls came out light like a cloud. And
From a food processor. Who'd ever thought to put matzah balls in a food processor?
yeah, it was nothing. My mother cooked everything, so I just converted all the recipes that I had. And then I did Millennium, which became Healthy Helpings.
That turned me onto cooking. That was
Yeah.
my first thing. I read that from cover to cover. My cousins from Montreal gave me that book.
Yeah.
And that completely changed my whole attitude towards healthy eating and fundamentals of cooking. You have amazing notes in that. And it came out at the beginning of the millennium.
Right.
So I thought the name was so clever.
Yeah. And then we ended up changing it to Healthy Helpings because the millennium was over. So, and then I did Noreen's Healthy Kitchen, and the latest book I did, and then I redid the Processor Bible, and then I worked with Daniela. We collaborated on.
Yeah, how did you two get together? It's a fascinating...
She wanted to write a cookbook, and she went to her husband Jeffrey, and she said, "I have this dream of writing a book." And he said, "Yeah, that's nice." And so he sort of laughed. And then she went to some friends. She said, "I have this dream. I really want to write a book." And they said, "Yeah, that's nice." And she phoned me and she said, "I really want to write a book." And I said, "Come over, we'll talk about it." And so we started working together. And she said, "I'll do whatever I can and whatever it takes. If it takes 150%, I'll do it." And she did. So she envisions the recipes. She's the artistic eye and I'm the technical eye. I make sure that everything works, that all the details are there, so that the audience, their questions, I anticipate the questions that my readers ask. So I did all the tips. I found the food photographer for it. I found the nutritionist
The
for it.
photography is outstanding.
Yeah.
And I always give a little break within the conversation to talk about the photography. It's beautiful.
Eye Candy Toronto did it. Abe Warnovitsky and his partner Anne Gagnon. They did an incredible job, and Daniela was very involved in the layout of the photography. And we're actually, little secret, we've started book 2.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
When's that going to come out?
Hopefully next Hanukkah.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, and I'm also working on a book on preventing Alzheimer's and dementia. That's another project.
On eating.
Yeah.
Through eating.
Food, through healthy eating.
Oh yeah.
That's my afternoon project.
You are one of the busiest people. Hashem should
know.
give you continued strength. It's amazing.
Thank you. And I have a food line.
I was going to say, now I want to talk about that. More a little bit about the food line.
It's okay. Well,
What's up with that? How did you cookbook author to products on the shelves? You are the ultimate. You're like all those, in the non-kosher world, they have a whole line of everything under their brand.
It just happened. It was just, you know what, you plan and somebody else does, man tracht Gott lacht.
Yeah, little Yiddish on the show.
Yes, so this is what happened. But I've licensed my name out for product, and I'm working with an incredible young chef. We were on Food Network Canada on Food Factory just this past Saturday night.
So what is it?
And the first product we did were kuglets, were like little individual kugels. And then we've done a line of olives. We're going to do a whole line of prepared foods. And we're starting locally, mostly in Toronto starting. So the kuglets were right across Canada, and hopefully they'll get into the States. It's very complicated.
Try them.
Yeah, come to Gloria Cobran. She's got them in her freezer. I got them through. Don't ask me how. They didn't arrest me. They let me go through. Kuglets and all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's a busy time, but I love it.
I know, isn't it great?
Yeah.
I met with a friend of mine at this conference I was at last week, and every year the husbands go off to do their lawyering conference, and we sit by the pool and schmooze. Angie and I were talking about addicted to being busy. I'm addicted to being busy. I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I had nothing to do.
Well, I don't play Maj, and I don't play Canasta, and I don't like Tienta, and I love the food world. And when I started working on cookbooks, when I joined IACP, the first conference I ever went to, which is a non-kosher group, but all foodies all over the world, I said, I'm at home. Now I'm with people who understand me. And when I come to an event like Kosher Fest or Kosher Feast or something like today, I'm with people who understand my world.
We totally get each other.
Yeah,
That you
we
think
get
about
it.
food
Yeah.
day and night. Like my brain is always thinking about food. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
Yeah, but different ways of doing it, different ways of presenting it. But you know what? People still, they say, I must have that recipe. And somebody posts a picture. I need the recipe. How many ways can you make, a hamburger? I don't know, or a banana cake. But everybody wants every single recipe. They're afraid they're missing something.
Right.
So it's fun. And I have a great group on Facebook called Noreen's Kitchen.
I'm part of it.
I know over 5,000 people.
It's wonderful.
It's really incredible. A wonderful community where people care about each other and they help each other if there's cooking questions. So it's really neat.
Your group is really devoted to you. I remember you were not well maybe a year or so ago, and everybody was like talking and davening for you, and like just really just getting you back on track, and you look amazing.
Thank you. I do my best.
It's what's next? So besides these two cookbooks, are you going to take a little vacation?
This is my vacation.
Coming to a food bloggers conference is your vacation.
It's my vacation. That's my happiness. And driving down Park Avenue. That was that was nice.
Oh yeah, it's fun. How did you get here? You flew in, or you?
I flew in yesterday. We went to a very nice restaurant called Taveri last night. Food was scrumptious. I had ossobuco. Oh, so good.
It's good there, ossobuco?
Yes,
okay,
delicious.
I'm going to have to try that out. I haven't been there in a very long time. I love veal.
Yeah.
It's an Italian veal.
It's veal shanks.
Veal shanks.
Yeah, but it tastes like, it kind of tastes like foods I grew up on. I still love my comfort foods.
Okay, what's your favorite thing to eat?
Kasha.
Kasha, really?
We were just talking about it. I went to Winnipeg, came back with kasha knishes. I ate 2 when I came off the plane. I ate 2 for lunch the next day, and we went to take a friend out to eat. She says, I really feel like having kasha. I said, sure, we'll have some. But you know what? I love everything. My favorite food is what I'm eating now. I'm not really passionate about any one particular food. I like everything, mostly.
Okay, I also love a lot of things. I just cannot. I talk about this all the time. I can't deal with yogurt.
Oh, I love yogurt.
I want to love yogurt. I can't stand the smell. I can't stand the taste, the texture. Isn't that so sad?
Yeah,
it's sad because I would like to like it. It's healthy.
Do you like ice cream?
I love ice cream.
So freeze the yogurt, and then it's ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know the smell.
So try the Greek yogurt and put some berries in it.
I've heard that's quite good. I do like red mango. I don't know if you have that up in Canada. It's a frozen yogurt. Excellent brand.
No, I'm not familiar with that one, no.
Well, maybe we'll find some locally over here. We'll go grab a scoop later on. And tonight we've got a big event coming up.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. They've got a huge tasting menu. I mean, I can't even understand how they come up with something. At Tea Fusion. Yeah.
We're going to be having like bacon donuts or something.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I cannot wait.
Well, I'll just take an antacid and I'll be fine.
I know, right? Bring the omeprazole. Thank you very much to all those doctors out there, the GIs that are keeping us anti-reflux. But yeah, so it was really nice to have you on the show, and I'm really glad we got to come in. We've got a little bit of time left before our next show. I see Gloria.
Yeah,
Coburn is in the house. Hello, Gloria.
She makes the best
We're going to get you in the seat
bread.
for 2 minutes, okay?
Yes, the best mandel bread.
She makes the best everything.
I know, she's so good. And you should see her kitchen. A dream. And they're such wonderful hosts. Both she and her husband, Richard.
I know, they're lovely. They're lovely people. We spent Pesach together with Ram Caterers in Doral in Miami. So it was a lot of fun.
That would be fun to do.
Oh, my God. I did cooking classes the whole Pesach.
She said that she doesn't know where you get your energy.
Coffee. I've always been high energy, and only started drinking coffee at 40. Definitely have a lot of energy, but coffee definitely helps in the morning.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm just high on life.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I love her. I love Noreen. You're amazing. Continued strength, and we look forward to all your exciting things that you have going on, and we'll schmooze the whole day here at Kosher Fest.
Oh, and I've got a new book, actually, which we're launching in Toronto called A Tom to Remember, which is a community cookbook, which is coming out from the terraces of Baycrest. It's kind of recipes and recollections.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's really nice.
You'll send me that one down.
We'll make sure that you get a copy.
We'd love to share that and talk about that with our listeners as well.
Yeah, it's the residents from the terraces, and most of them are gone. There were 73 contributors, and there's maybe 8 of them left. Oh. So it's really a legacy.
Yeah, we're going to talk. Oh, we must.
Yeah,
you'll hook us up all our table for 2 listeners.
We will, for sure.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me on the show, Naomi.
My pleasure.
And continued success with all that you do.
Thank you very much.
And you do all.
We try to keep very busy. Hello, Phyllis Koga. Oh, my God. Ronnie Fine is in the house. Everybody's here. I'm sorry if I'm not I can't see, the light is right in my eyes, so I'm not seeing everybody that's in the room, but it's a very full house. Every single kosher food blogger from around the world, well, most of them, have come in for this amazing event. Noreen, thank you for joining us, and I'm going to ask, we've got ZK, what's our time frame? Yep, great. Helen's going to come in. Helen, okay, Helen Goldrine all the way from Cambridge, England. She's got to come. And we're going to end our show with 2 minutes with Gloria Coburn. We've got to check in with our friend Gloria. Ronnie Fine. Oh, okay. We got a little camera going. No problem. It's all good. Thank you, Noreen, for joining us. I just want to check out with, we've got Ronnie Fine. We're going to give you a little wave as Helen comes in. Hi. Okay, I'm going to give you a little microphone and a headset over there. And you've got she's already got her blogger's label on. I don't have mine on because I've been doing this show. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, she has a completely different accent. This has been a quite accented show because we had Yosef in the beginning and you at the end.
Okay.
Okay, you'll let me know when we're 2 minutes down. Thank you, ZK. He's done an amazing job producing me today as well as engineering me. Helen Goldrine is from Cambridge, England.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. What made you want to come in for this?
Well, I've connected with a lot of the kosher bloggers online through the Kosher Connection and Facebook and Pinterest and all the various other social media. And really, I'm the only kosher blogger working in the UK that I'm aware of. So I decided to come and meet some of you guys in person.
It's so wonderful. I picked Helen up from the airport last night. I live in Woodmere, so JFK is not too far away. She came over. We met some other foodie friends.
We ate donuts. We drank wine.
Donuts and wine. How good is that? Almost Erev Kislev. Yes. So, how did you get started on your blog?
I've always been really interested in cooking. I've always cooked and experimented in the kitchen and loved to eat delicious food. And so when my daughter was born, she's just turned 5, I intended to go back to work. I used to work in public relations, and for one reason or another that never really happened. So I was looking for something that I could do, very flexible hours, that would enable me to write and that would give me an opportunity to do the things I really enjoy, and it all came together in one perfect bloggy package.
Well, your blog is fantastic, and it's so unusual for us Americans to hear that you're the only blogger in the UK, because we have so many. Kosher food blogger.
Yeah,
kosher food. We have so many here. We've even got a conference going.
Right.
So it's quite amazing that you're the first one. It's always nice to be the pioneer.
I guess so. I hadn't thought of it that way.
So you're the pioneer out there in England. So yeah, it keeps you very busy.
Yeah.
What's the main focus of the blog? Like, you're a vegetarian?
So I don't eat any meat, so I don't put any meat recipes on there, but there's lots of fish and vegetarian recipes. It's the stuff that I make for my family and serve, so it's tasty, healthy, lots of seasonal food, and then of course with all the Chagim and Shabbat, there's special recipes and things. I just posted last week a lot of stuff from my daughter's birthday party. She had a dinosaur themed birthday party. Cute. So there's a lot of stuff about the party, and there's recipes coming up for the birthday cake and various other things.
Okay, very nice. What do you think of America so far? Everything's big here, right?
Everything is big. There's loads of traffic. It's
loads of traffic.
But the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I'm surrounded by great people. What's not to love?
Okay, thank you so much for joining us here. And I said, how could I not put Helen on the show with her lovely accent? I know you're all thinking, well, she's got an accent too. So
they probably can't tell the difference.
They probably can't tell the difference. If you can hear the difference, let me know. Naomi@nachumsegal.com. That's 3 challenges I've given you: the chukka, chunky or smooth;
chunky.
Helen's accent, I like it smooth; and the cookbook. So maybe someone will apply to all 3. Okay, thank you very much. We've got to start wrapping up the show. I just had to get you on for a couple of minutes. I just want to grab Gloria and Ronnie Fine to come onto the show to start wrapping up. Ronnie, come join us as well. Thank you very much, Helen. I got to try to grab in some of the bloggers. I really appreciate you coming up. Sometimes people don't like to be on the spot, but okay, come on up. Ladies, we have 10 minutes. Fantastic. Both of you, come on up. I've actually got a lot of microphones. Gloria, you're going to sit right next to me. Ronnie, we're doing a little impromptu interview here. And yeah, everyone looks fabulous. Okay, you got to put on your. Okay, it's up to you. You can wear your earring. Turn it the other way. Take this off. Turn it this way. See, and then now put it back on. It's a little different than the studios. Okay, we're going to turn that way. All right, we've got all the technical. Microphone goes up. Say hello, Gloria. Hello. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Ronnie.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. Okay, is Ronnie good?
Hello.
Okay, I have the most wonderful lady sitting here with me right now. When you guys walked in, I'm like, grab them. We got to do the show with it.
Okay.
We're going to see if we can grab Melinda right for the last few minutes to say goodbye. But I wanted to really, if I saw you two here, I'm pulling you into the show.
Well, thanks. That's so sweet. Thank you.
No, it's great to see everyone.
We're happy to see each other.
How exciting is this?
It's fabulous.
This is always the best.
It's
First of all,
no. I'm going to just up your microphone over there.
not only do you get to test new products tomorrow, but here you learn a lot, and you meet all the people that you've been corresponding with online.
the whole year.
That you don't see them very often.
I know,
so
it's
this is good. It's
wonderful.
like making friends and seeing them.
Right, you might find it easy if you switch your headset around. Okay, that's better. Now we can hear Ronnie a little bit better. Okay, how are we doing? I think that's a little bit better now. No, we could hear you before. It's fine.
Okay.
It might be.
Anyway, it's like I have hundreds of new friends.
I
It's
know,
really
it's
nice to
amazing.
see
You
all
get to
you.
put faces to the names. It's very exciting.
I know. So let's talk. This is Gloria Coburn. We're going to Kosher by Gloria is her website. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Always exciting new recipes going up, and you're traveling. You're like a travel junkie like
Yes,
me.
absolutely.
I have a new hashtag, Kosher Travel Junkie.
Oh, that's good.
Isn't that a good
works.
one? I think we should all start using that. When
I
we
would
think
like
so.
to do
that
that.
way we can start, like, with all our traveling, we can see where each other's up to and when we can find each other.
Kosher recipes from around the world.
Yes,
Kosher,
absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I was just in Phoenix. I hashtagged everything Kosher Phoenix or Kosher Las Vegas. I was there last week, did this whole road trip. And we have Ronnie Fine here, the modern
Hello.
kosher kitchen. I love your cookbook.
Thank
and because
you.
of Ronnie, I now eat farro.
Oh,
I love
so
farro.
lucky.
Love farro.
So lucky. You know, of all of the foods that people ask me about, it's always the whole grains.
It's right. You taught me about whole grains.
Yeah.
You hear about how good it is and how not good it is. I mean, not.
It's delicious.
It's always
delicious.
good.
Yeah.
Right. Like you would think it's not good because it's like too chunky and too this and too that. Like the kids won't eat it. Like remember I was little, I wouldn't touch whole wheat. Now we're like obsessed with it. My kids don't know from white flour or white bread. They only know whole grain.
I think you can get the flour now, farro flour.
Farro
Oh,
flour.
really?
I've
Yeah.
not seen that. I bought quinoa flour. I haven't used it yet. I have brown rice flour.
I've
That's
used
good.
those. Those
Yeah.
two, good for gluten-free cooking.
Yeah. So
But the farro itself is good for salad and soup and little pancakes, things like that.
So I had this 2 weeks ago. Right before I came on. I went on my trip. Every week I make quinoa tabbouleh, and I was out of quinoa. I was going out of my. How could I not go to Costco and
I
not buy
think you made
quinoa?
that on Passover this
Yeah,
this
I
year.
did
You made
it
the
at
quinoa
Pesach.
tabbouleh.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
made our Pesach program at the Doral in Miami with Ram Caterers. Yeah, I'm going back. I'm very
Yes, I
excited.
see. Very nice.
So I was like, what am I going to do? And I had some farro that I had never opened, and then I'm like,
I've
I
never
think,
made tabbouleh with that.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It was delicious. It had
Yeah.
a slightly earthy, nutty flavour. And it was wonderful. So my daughter's been making. So then I went away. My daughter made farro every night for all the kids.
And you know,
my big one.
And it's
Some of
good
the-
hot and cold.
Yeah,
which
it was
is nice.
delicious.
Some of the old traditional Jewish recipes, like mushroom barley soup with farro or cholent with farro. I use it instead of barley now.
So So that's a good farro. You cook almost like pasta. You don't
Yeah.
need that 2-to-1 ratio that rice and quinoa need.
A little less, and cook it for much less time than they say on the package.
Oh, so I did mine for 20 minutes.
Generally
Yeah,
the case.
yeah.
So I did mine for 20 minutes, and it was fantastic. So here's a cooking question I've got for you.
Uh-oh.
Now you'll know what if I want to make farro with cholent. In my cholent instead
Yeah.
of barley, I put it in raw.
The same, yes, exactly.
I just like a cup or two into my cholent with my water,
Yes.
my beans, or
I-
maybe leave out the beans.
Whatever, I make it differently every time I make it, and whatever I have on hand,
Yeah, it works.
whether it's barley or farro or wheat berries, I just add it. It's always
great.
good.
It's good
Yeah.
for your stomach, and it's no more wheat.
Filling. Well, no, it's wheat.
Wheat is farro's is
fast
it?
wheat.
It's
Farro
wheat.
is a
It's wheat.
wheat.
It's not a Paso. It's not a Passover item. No, no.
No, but
We're always looking for Pesach
Can't
recipes.
add that to
by
the list.
But what I read was that people who have celiac disease can't eat it, but people who have gluten intolerance can.
So it must be a
Maybe
less
that's
percentage,
right.
a lower
Maybe-
percentage of wheat.
The GI
It's
thing,
less gluten or
Right.
something like
gluten
that.
light.
Gluten light.
Gluten light.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, no, I just, I don't even know enough about it. And your cookbook has got a lot of whole grain recipes in it.
And the farro salad with kale and Marcona almonds is wonderful.
Okay, so I actually bought the farro to make with that. Then I could not find the farro. It disappeared. And then I found it on the top shelf 2 weeks ago. So I never ended up making it. So I used it for the tabbouleh and it all worked out great. So
Lots of times people ask me recently. I had a recipe online that used ginger preserves, and you can't always get kosher products where you live.
right, we were just talking about that with Noreen.
I buy a lot
Miriam.
online.
Right.
Amazon.
Amazon has everything.
Right, and if not,
When you can't find it, you order from Amazon.
Or you know what? I find we live in different neighborhoods. Ronnie's from Connecticut and Gloria's from Manhattan. I live in Long Island, so we have our local kosher supermarkets. I find that they're all very receptive. If you tell them you want this product, they'll quite often get it in.
Especially meat.
Yeah.
We have a Fairway, and they used to have their own butcher. They stopped because I suppose it got too expensive, so it's a lot of packaged food. But you can still order in advance and get something, that some cut that you want that's kosher.
And Fresh Direct actually has a lot of kosher products now that are fresh. They're hormone-free, antibiotic-free, meat that's cut up, chicken that's cut up, all kinds of. Every week it's different. They don't have the same selection.
Okay.
But I found if I haven't thought in advance to call my butcher or my plans changed, if I call them, I can get pretty much whatever I want.
Right.
And it's OU. It's all packaged.
And some
and it's all,
things, esoteric things like if quail or goose that
Right.
I want.
Isn't
I
it
always
isn't
I
it
make
amazing
a goose
you
for
get kosher
Hanukkah.
goose?
Right.
We can get a kosher goose now.
For
and
Hanukkah,
for
I make a
Hanukkah,
goose
that's so
every.
cute. I think we spoke about
Yeah,
that once
yeah.
before. You're gonna have to teach me how to make that. I would love to teach me how to cook goose. Okay, ladies, we've got about 2 minutes left of the show. I just want to bring Melinda in. Thank you so much for
thank
joining
you.
me. Stay
Good to
out
see
here
you.
as we
Good
give.
to see you.
I'm giving Melinda a big hug. Thank you for bringing
down
us.
here?
Yeah,
Send
you
me
can
lots
come
of
down here
information?
because I think you're up there.
Okay.
I'm just standing here with Melinda. This is her.
Doing this.
This is her
Am I
baby.
talking?
This
Yes,
is her
this
baby.
is my baby.
And it's time. It's now.
It's
Melinda.
here. I know, it's literally
happening
5 minutes
right
started.
Now, as soon as we wrap up,
Yeah.
we're going to have the show. The conference.
conference. It
the
is a
conference is
show.
about to begin.
Yeah.
All the ladies are filling up in here. This
I
is
know, so
absolutely
exciting.
fantastic. We're just taking some pictures and waving to ZK. It's been an incredible show. Thank you so much for bringing us down here.
I'm so excited you got to be here for this. This is really cool, and for our sponsors and for some incredible people here.
I
who are
know. I'm
here.
sorry I
Oh
had my
gosh,
back to my
Ronnie and
friends.
Gloria, amazing.
Just tell us in about 30 seconds. What are we going to expect here at Kosher Food Bloggers? Oh, we have a little bit more than 30 seconds.
Education, talking about branding, we're talking about photography, we're networking, we're eating incredible food. We have the coffee bar from Long Island and Petite Shell right here in the city. I mean, who doesn't love Petite Shell? What else do we have going on? Just a lot of people who are here. I mean, I wish that we could kind of pan out. I wonder if we can do that.
I know. We have Daniela Silva. She just walked
Yeah,
in.
can she come in also?
Let's come over. Hello, sweetie. We spoke a lot about you. I'm just giving her a big hug. You are actually being recorded right now for a show. Everybody talks about your book. And this past week, no, stand here
Okay.
too. This past week, there was a big Instagram, little Facebook campaign about your book being at Costco, and everyone was talking about it online.
What are we doing?
And I am a huge fan of yours. And I've known Noreen a long time because my mother's family's Canadian, and it was really nice to get her book along with you, and it's fabulous.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. It's nice to finally meet everyone. I was
know.
saying, I see everyone's
that's
picture.
so great. It's not
little.
just
Now
networking.
Exactly.
It's meeting new people. It's such a cool, and we all see each other online all the time, and now we're actually here and seeing each other's faces. It's so cool.
The atmosphere in the room, and ZK is telling me we've got about 1.5 minutes left. Isn't the atmosphere in the room amazing? We came here, we had a lot of traffic, we were unloading the cars and everything and helping Melinda set up. I got busy with the show, but I feel the last hour, the energy has just gone up and up and up.
I totally agree. It's so nice for me to come in kind of as an outsider from Canada to meet everyone. Everyone's so warm
great.
and welcoming. And
Yeah, I feel like I'm seeing all the stars. Look at this. Look how many people It's amazing. We've had an incredible show. Daniela Silva from her cookbook, The Silver Platter. We've got Melinda Strauss. Thank you so much, Melinda. She's my partner in crime on so many levels.
I'm going to run and keep going while you're wrapping up.
Okay, thank you, Melinda. It's been an incredible show. Thank you so much. I'm going to just put the microphone down. Thank you so much to everybody who stayed and listened to all these exciting chefs. I hope that you can feel the atmosphere in the room that I'm feeling here now. I just want to thank everyone, Melinda Strauss, the Nachum Siegel Network, for bringing us down here today. ZK, the most amazing engineer and producer who helped me with today's show. And we've got an incredible lineup coming up for the month of December. We've got so much for November and December. So make sure you stay tuned every week. We've got music right up until Lich Benching, sponsored by our friends at Kerem, so stick around. Our show is sponsored by Abels and Hyman. We taste better. Thank you for listening. Shabbat Shalom. Happy cooking.